Let's talk more about this now. I want to bring in Dennis Kneale, host of the What's Bugging Me podcast. Dennis, how you doing on Election Monday?
Great to see you. I mean, I can't believe it's almost over. We've been at this for so long now, and they're saying it's down to the wire in this latest Time Siena poll you're citing there. By the way, in
Yeah.
that report just now, great graphics, the shocker was that only 4% of voters said inflation was their top priority.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is
Think of
interesting.
that.
And I wanted to ask you about that. Obviously, per Alex's reporting, the economy remains the #1 issue for voters. Polls show Americans favor Trump's policies over Harris, but the vice president, she is slightly closing that gap. My question to you, Dennis, is both of these candidates are saying to voters, the majority of economists side with me and my plan, and people don't know what to make of it. From your standpoint, Dennis, which candidate's economic policy benefits the average, everyday American?
Well, without a doubt, it's going to be more uh, the Trump plan. He's already shown what he could do in the first 3 years of his presidency. The economy grew roughly 50% faster than the average rate of growth for the previous 10 or 20 years. But more than that, he gave business this great feeling of can-do optimism and go out there and get wealthy. Kamala's party is consistently saying that the top 1% don't pay their fair share, that we should raise corporate taxes, even though when you raise corporate taxes, studies show the companies have less money to pay to their employees, and the higher taxes just get put into the prices that everyone pays. Now, both of them are offering some tax cuts, and by the way, tax cuts are a great way to help out Americans, right? Now, what do you do about inflation? The problem no longer is inflation. It's down to 2.1%. The problem is those prices stayed so high. And Markie, you and I talked a couple weeks ago how those 7 swing states, they see vastly higher increases in prices than the average increase for the country. Prices doubled in some counties in Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. And so even though inflation, how much those prices go up, has gone
Yeah.
way down, the prices never went down. And that's the pulse point that they will feel the most. Now, one
And let me
curveball was.
ask you, Dennis, too, let me just jump in real quick because we just showed that graphic with all the different grocery prices, right?
Yeah.
Studies show that women are more likely to be the primary shopper for their household for groceries, other goods. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the prices of food like eggs, milk, bread, it's gradually gone up from last year to this year. How can the next president, no matter who it is, who's decided on this week, how do they help bring down grocery costs, which are top of mind for folks?
So the Kamala plan is terrible. It sounds like the Soviet Union of old. We're going to force those manufacturers and those retailers to lower their prices, by golly. You can't force that. You can't control prices. There was too much money that flooded the economy. The reason those guys raised those prices, yes, there were supply line snags and all of those other things, and their costs went up of all the stuff they bought to resell to us. Yes, that's all true. But the prices also went up because they could, because the average family of 4, which had only $5,000 median savings, tripled that to more than $15,000 with the COVID giveaways after COVID had become pretty much a cold.
And
That's that $2 trillion stim package that the Democrats passed without a single Republican vote. When you have a huge amount of money flood into a market and you have the same old number of goods, boom, the prices go up because they can. We can't bring those down until the economy, the market will crash and the economy will go into a severe recession, and then we'll see prices come down. Now, keep your eye on another thing we've talked about. The
quickly.
promotions at fast food, at
Yeah.
McDonald's and places. We're starting to see them start to say, hey, here's a new pack of food for $6, $7. Now, it used to be 5.
Yeah. Dennis, I have to end it there. Thank you so much for your time on this Monday. I'll be talking to you again soon, I'm sure. Really appreciate
Have a
it.
glorious day. Thanks very much.
Blake, thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.